Just a quick disclaimer for people watching this video. You may find some of this upsetting. If you do and you are watching it alone, please take some time away, pause the video and come back. If you don't feel like you can watch it alone, then please watch it with somebody in your support network and stay safe. Hello and welcome to the Positivity Podcast. In today's episode, I will be talking about my battle with depression. I will be talking about how it has affected me in my life and how it may have affected some of your lives as well. I've had depression for about 5 or 6 years now. It has affected me in many different ways. I first started feeling quite down for a couple of days a week, and I used to get quite angry. Big mood swings, which were very weird at the time. I used to get really angry at the little things, and it just started to build up. I didn't really know why I was getting angry to start off with. It started affecting me in my personal life as well as work. You should really leave your personal issues at the door when you're about to go into work, but for me, I never did that. I would never change my attitude. I would kind of have an attitude of, I don't really care. I wasn't really there to do much in terms of doing what's best for the customers when I was in the leisure industry. How I stayed in that business for that long, I do not know. Whilst you're watching this video, I apologise. The language will be unfiltered in this episode. I used to be a complete twat, if I'm perfectly honest. I used to get really angry at the littlest things. And like I said, I brought it into work, which was very, very frustrating, not just for me, but obviously my staff members as well. At the time, I was a lifeguard at my local leisure centre, being very moody, like constantly moody. And I kind of shrugged it off, thinking that it would just be a little blip in the system and that the next day would be better. I used to let the anger get the best of me pretty much all the time. And I didn't really know, again, wasn't quite sure what was going on. I just thought it was a bad day. I never really talked to anybody about it, and I never really discussed it with my family either, just because I thought, you know what, tomorrow will be a better day, let's just focus on that and then we will continue. As time went on, it used to affect my family and my friends a lot more because they kind of felt awkward around me. They didn't really know how to react to my mood swings, and they were very, very upset when I used really bad language. There was no filter at all when it came to my language, and the smallest things, like plugging a plug into the wall, if it didn't go in first time, I'd get pissed off. That's how bad my anger was, and my mood started to get worse. So it wasn't just my anger, it was my whole mood at the end of the day. Not talking to people, secluding myself away from family events or friends events that have been planned. So for me, I was kind of in my own little bubble trying to deal with it myself. And now looking back at it, I obviously know that that wasn't the right thing to do for myself. So this is why I've created the channel, to try and help others through their journey. When my daughter was born, it was the best thing. I've always wanted to be a father. That was the one thing in my life that I've always wanted to be. I'm a swim teacher, so children for me are brilliant because they just bring so much happiness into the world. And my daughter does the exact same thing. And it's fantastic. A little bit of time went on and I was in a really good state. I was really happy that my daughter was happy and healthy. Her mother did a fantastic job at giving birth to her as well. And it was in a really good place, but it didn't last very long. I would never raise my hand or shout in a really aggressive and angry way, especially my daughter. When I got angry, it would either be upstairs when they weren't in the room or downstairs when they were upstairs, for example. But she would still hear it when I got angry, which looking back at it now was even worse because I never want her to hear that anger from me again. Not directed at her, but just in general. A couple of years went on with my anger still being a bit of an issue, and my moods were even worse. I was having probably 5 days out of 7 where I was really, really low and really just no one to speak to. People coming up to me, I just wouldn't show any emotion. And that's not right. That's not normally me. As you can tell now, I'm very confident in front of the camera, which just took a lot of me to do, a lot of time for me to do. But at the same time, back then, I was thinking, well, why can't I talk to these people? Why am I being slightly awkward? And looking back at it, it's very embarrassing for me to see that old self of me. So I'm very glad during this story that I'm telling, I got the help to get past that. A couple of years passed on, and unfortunately, my family lost my granddad. We did a lot together. I cared for him a little bit as well. And we just had a really good bond. And he passed away in November 2018. And that just made me feel a lot worse. Like anybody who's lost a family member, it just makes you feel quite rubbish. A couple of months have passed. So now we're around December time, and I'm still trying to figure everything out in my head. Me and Freya's mother had split up, which was my decision. The worst day of my life happened on the 31st of December 2018. A couple of allegations started throwing around saying that I was unloyal in my relationship, which is false. A few comments got thrown around as well, saying that I was a bad father. Being called a bad father was just like taking everything away from me because I've wanted to be a father all my life. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen and went out to the garden. Started cutting my legs. Not very deep, but still harming myself. And then I text my family. A simple message saying goodbye. I looked up into the sky with this knife in my hand, wanting to just end it. I didn't see a way out. I was very emotional, tears in my eyes, crying. I just didn't see a way of rectifying these problems and feeling better in myself, especially after just being called a terrible dad. Freya's mum ran out and caught me just before, whilst I was still looking up at the sky, just saying sorry to my family that I may have let down. I lay down on the floor, just fell to the floor crying, whilst my mum got called and she came round to make sure I was safe. She didn't know why, she was confused, and rightfully so. I hadn't told anybody what I was going through in terms of my head and my mental well-being, so this was a shock to my mother as well. Ugh. I'm not going to, it's fine. Following this horrible night, I sought help. I went to the doctors, told them what happened. They directed me to a place and a consultant that was really, really helpful. The description has the link for that website, the IAPT website. Anybody that needs that, please click on it and seek help that you need, because they really did help me. After a 10-week course of speaking to this consultant and just being open and honest about everything that I thought, suicidal thoughts, being very, very angry and upset all the time, I spoke to them. The tablets that I got are called sertraline, which some of you may know, some of you may not agree with because of your body, and you might be on different tablets, but they have really helped me cope with this. To this day, I am not ashamed to say that I am still on those tablets and they still help me through my days. I'm in a better place now. I've got a new house, still got my dog. Daughter is amazing, and I've got the best support network possible. I wouldn't be where I am today without one specific person, and her name is Katie, which is my girlfriend. She has helped me so much during that time. She was my best friend before we got together. I'm not ashamed to say that, or people might not like that I've just said that, but she was my best friend. I had a girl best friend, simple as that. And she's still with me now, which is, it's just amazing. Things have fallen into place and things happen for a reason. But I believe I am better now. The family are better now. And I can hang around with my friends and feel a bit more confident in myself and just feel a little bit happier when I'm with them. I wanted to do this video today just to let you know that you are not alone. If you are watching this video and you feel like this, or you've been through something similar and you haven't spoken to anybody, please, you're not alone. I say this from the bottom of my heart. If you need somebody to talk to, this is what the channel's for. I'm not a professional. I haven't got a degree, but I still want to help people get past their demons, if that's what you want to call them, or their problems with mental health. It's a wide spectrum, and I will do my best to help you with anything that you come forward in confidence with to me. Anything you tell me will be in confidence. I'm here for you, and the confidence that you show me in telling me will be reciprocated in myself. I've got some fantastic guests coming on in the coming months talking about their battles with mental health, so please stay tuned for them. But I want everybody just to understand, whether you're a woman, a male, child, adult, whatever you are, you're not alone. And if you've suffered from mental health in any way, shape or form, please find help and do not try and fight it alone. You might think that that is the best option for you right now, but take it from my experience, it is not. Whether you have a small framework of people to help you or a bigger framework, please talk to somebody. I appreciate you taking your time to listen to the whole video. My name's Nathaniel. This is the Positivity Podcast, and I'll catch you in the next one.